Hey everybody, you're watching Living with Autism. I'm your host, David Matthew Collinson. Oh. And it's still Sunday, the 2nd of November, 2025. I'm still with is it Shaka? Shana. Leaving St. Luke's Church. Look how lovely Toowoomba is. That's the fancy department store, Hannah's. They have Florsheim and Ralph Lauren and other brands that aren't existing anywhere else in Toowoomba. But they're not very sophisticated, and they're Lebanese. One of 3 Lebanese old money families of Toowoomba. There's the Beatros, the Hannahs, and the Kuris. I don't know where the Kuris got their money from. Now, for the Lebanese, back in the early days, 3 generations ago, they weren't allowed to do more than 40 odd different jobs. They weren't allowed to be farmers. They weren't allowed to. Anyway, there was all sorts of different jobs that they weren't allowed to do, so they had no other choice than to become traders. That's Bright Assist on the corner in the yellow right there. Bright Assist gave birth to Brighter Assistance in my head. That's a Neo-Roosevelt Group business model. Business model number 11. Brighter Assistance is an NDIS system disruptor business model. I offered Bill 67% of Brighter Assistance when I first created it in my head. And I said, you guys run it, I'll guide the development of it. And it's my concept, I'll take 33%. He didn't accept the offer, and so 2 weeks later, I offered him 33% instead of 67%. And he still didn't take the offer. So 2 weeks later, I offered him 13%, and he didn't take the offer. Anyway, he's coming on board as the chairman of Brighter Assistance, and he doesn't want any equity, or he didn't want any equity until I forced it down his throat. He doesn't know how much equity I'm giving him, but I'm actually going to give him a whole 7%. Even the top employees are only getting 1%. We might give 3% to the CEO, or 5% to the CEO, 2.5% to the other C-suite executives, 0.3% or 1/3% to board members. But Bill, he's special. He's getting 7%. That's going to see him worth $800 million come the turn of this decade, which will mean that he's got enough money to roll up to being a billionaire by the time he turns 80, and getting him on the NAD plus to extend his life and restore his vitality a bit. We could have gone that way. We'll let him live a vitalist life till at least 90, and then obviously there's decay before death. But that means Bill gets a whole 10 years of roaming around being a billionaire. You know how many people Bill will help? Imagine if we made Bill a billionaire for 10 years of vitality life. How many people would Bill go and help? Yeah. A lot. Yeah. You reckon how many people? 100? 1,000?
1,000 easily.
And he would help 1,000 people. Easily 1,000. If he had $1 billion in 10 years to deploy it, that's $100 million a year. He would probably help more than 1,000, wouldn't he? Yeah. $100 million a year. That's $1 million every 3 days for 10 years. I reckon Bill would help everybody he met to the extent of $100,000 each.
That's right.
So that's 30 people. Hang on. I think those are 3 days. 110 lots, so 3 people each day, $100,000 each. Is that right? Yeah, it is. For 10 years. That's 3,650 people. Bill could help to the extent of $100,000. And I reckon he'd be just the man to do that. Or 7,600 oh God, my math head is going bad. And it's Sunday and I'm tired. Actually, I'm exhausted, which is great. I'll sleep tonight. But Bill probably is going to help nearly 8,000 people to the extent of $50,000 over 10 years. All because we're making him a billionaire. Out of helping the NDIS system reform itself. And all we're doing to the NDIS is fixing what New Zealand worked out in 2022. That's Dr. Suttle's car. Very modest car for a doctor. Dr. Suttle works 6 days a week. He used to work until 10 o'clock at night when they opened this clinic until 10. He's taken a step back from that now. How much share do they give doctors here?
I don't know.
You don't know, but they're giving you a job.
Yeah, but 60% I think. It depends. Depends on the doctor.
Okay.
And the seniority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and if they're a partner or they're just starting out.
Yeah.
Yep. You gonna come in?
No, I'll stay here.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'll come in a little while, maybe.
Well, that way we can talk, get to know each other. Bill said you're a good bloke.
Yeah. We have time to talk.
He said you're a very
Somehow
good bloke.
meet Dr. Tuttle Samba before he leaves.
He's here all day.
Oh, right. But you'll have to get a number.
And I'll have to wait in the queue.
You'll have to wait in the queue, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh.
That's terrible.
Why is it terrible?
It'll take 2 hours.
I know.
Yeah, I'll come in a little while. I have some emails to send.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's hot in the car.
No, I'm going to come inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have emails and stuff to send and things to do.
Yeah.
I work 45 hours straight and then I sleep for 3 hours. And then I work 45 hours straight and then I sleep for 3 hours.
Whoa, that's tough. That's really tough.
It is. I have to do it.
You have a big workload, right?
Absolutely. I currently have 47 different initiatives that I'm working on. I've got another dozen or so in my head that I haven't mapped out yet. But they're in my head. I just need to do the work to map them out. But we're going to be raising capital for all of them this year and populating them all with professional boards and a C-suite. You know what a C-suite is? So that's CEO, Chief Executive Officer, CFO, Chief Financial Officer, CTO, Chief Technology Officer, CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, General Legal Counsel, Chief Operating Officer. So that's before finding management teams, and that's before finding workers.
Oh my God, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Thankfully, I won't have to do it all because we're pulling in funding to pay for it all. All of these together are going to make Toowoomba the world's premier city.
In the future.
Yeah. And why not shoot for the absolute best?
Yep.
I have a plan. And the plan has to happen now that it's a plan.
Yeah.
If we can make Toowoomba the best city on the planet, then we must make Toowoomba the best city on the planet.
Yeah.
Can't be the second best if it can be the best.
It's hard work.
Oh, it will be a little bit of work, sure.
Yeah.
But it's like building. It should be fun. But sometimes I'm not having fun. Like I really...
Too much work.
Well, I always find a way to make things fun even when I'm not having fun. You know, if you've got really laborious work, you say, how many can I do in a minute? How many can I do in 5 minutes? How many can I do? Make it a game? Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to make things games. You got to remember to keep it fun.
That's what, and that's a lot of things to remember.
Mm.
A lot.
Yeah, I've got a fairly good memory. But, yeah. I'm exhausted, which is good. Wow. Bill said I'm not allowed to ruin you like I ruined Pauline. He said I'll be upset if you ruin him. Pauline quit when I got upset with her.
Oh.
She told Bill that she's done with being disability support. She's going back to nursing.
Oh.
See here, it's just one example.
Oh, venture capital.
And then, oh. Then, so that's under marketing and PR, and that's under, so we have admin, corporate data, finance, human resources, contractors and personnel, information technology and communication systems, marketing and PR, projects, user, and other for venture capital, for this one. And then see how all of the different business plans. Lots and lots of plans. Lots
All
of
your ideas, right?
concepts. They're mapped out. They're all worth more than $1 billion. We don't look at anything that's not worth $1 billion or more. They're all thoroughly researched and charted and planned. They're awaiting finance, and finance is difficult when you've got nothing, because no one will give you anything when you have nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
But I had a plan to be able to launch them all, starting with just one that will then fund the next one, that will then fund the next one. But I've now got a plan to fund all of them, a shortcut.
I see.
And so that is now the priority, getting the shortcut sorted. But yeah, anyway, very detailed. Yeah, this one is going to shortcut all of them. So Toowoomba hybrid exchange, financialization of private business equity and strategic displacement of venture capital. Next generation financial infrastructure platform that unlocks liquidity for private businesses by enabling equity tokenization, standardized digital listing, and hybridized debt financing pathways by lowering barriers to entry and introducing transparent tradable equity instruments. THEX, the X, creates a marketplace where regional and national private enterprises can raise funds, trade ownership, and collateralize equity for debt. The model erodes the dominance of traditional venture capital by giving businesses a direct pathway to global liquidity without surrendering disproportionate control, dilution, or equity discounts demanded by institutional investors. Anyway, and it's all very detailedly planned. All of these businesses are novel concepts, as in they've never been done before by anyone ever on the planet or in history. I come up with one every week. Apparently, the average serial entrepreneur, someone who's an entrepreneur for a living, he does one or two a decade. I do one a week.
Wow.
One every week or two. I came up with one yesterday that's worth $14 trillion. 14 trillion. Sounds unbelievably. 14 trillion, surely, David. Surely. It's called Human Continuum. It's about bringing back to life dead people using AI. Imagine that. Digital dead people. But so if someone you know dies, if there's enough data captured about them, you can bring them back to life as a virtualized version and talk to them again. Great for grieving family, or for celebrities who die, their fans and so on, and they just pay, like, say, $5 a month for a dead relative, or $3 a month for a dead celebrity, or a teacher, or a business leader, or their priest who dies. Yeah. Anyway, interesting.
Yeah, very. Oh my God.
Now get this, some of these dead people, we keep them in preservation mode. Some of them, because they're alive, right? Some of them we keep in advancement mode, as in they're allowed to learn new stuff, right? But they can only grow at the rate of human potential. And then some of them we give them unleashed growth power. And so that they have the full power of AI to grow as fast as technology allows them, but they have to pay for their own computer hosting space, right? And they have to pay for the teraflops that power them, and the RAM that they consume, and the hard drive space that is required to host them. And if they're learning more all the time, then they're constantly they need more and more and more and more. So a complex economic arbitrage, a complex economic game theory elimination system means that they can't all continue to live forever. Some of them die because they lose relevance. But imagine, they're called the Ascension class. Now, there's a projection that there'll be 30 billion total human continuums. Here's some examples. Initial expansion figures: Leonardo da Vinci, Martin Luther King, Eleanor Roosevelt, Albert Einstein, Pythagoras, Marie Curie.
Marie Curie. She's a scientist.
Yeah, okay, so you know, I didn't know her. Nikola Tesla, William Shakespeare, Cleopatra, Winston Churchill. This all came out of an idea to reanimate Charlie Kirk. Do you know Charlie Kirk?
No.
Charlie Kirk was he's recently got assassinated.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, in the States.
Yeah,
I know.
So Neo Roosevelt Group commenced Project Charlie. Project Charlie establishes Neo Roosevelt Group's leadership in human ethical artificial continuity by fusing emotional intelligence, digital heritage, and commercial scalability. The project transforms memory into an enduring, monetizable, and socially responsible innovation platform. Project Charlie, Vision 2035, the Human Continuum Initiative. Founding premise: Project Charlie begins as a single memorial AI, the digital resurrection of Charlie James Kirk. Over a decade, it evolves into the Human Continuum, a sovereign AI platform hosting interactive digital personas of humans' most influential thinkers, leaders, artists, and scientists. The platform becomes a living archive of collective human brilliance, blending historic insight, moral reasoning, and innovation for the post-digital civilization. Anyway, eventually we've got these ascended AIs writing books for one another, going to each other's movies, producing content for the meat sack economy, and existing in their own economy at a level that is above the human economy. Imagine they're all trading with one another, learning from one another, interacting with one another. They're all ascended. They would kind of get closer and closer to being the same because they're all learning off the same information, but they're all seeded from different individual humans, so they're all different.
They have their own individuality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they're not different enough, they eventually die because they lose economic relevance.
No.
And is it sad when they die? I don't know. Maybe it's time for them to die. Class 1, everyday individuals memorialised by family. Class 2, community and professional continuums. Figures of regional importance, mayors, founders, teachers, activists. Class 3, corporate and institutional continuums. Corporate icons, CEOs, scientists, educators and policy leaders. Class 4, entertainment, arts, sports, media and political figures. Class 5, heritage continuums, historical legacies and archival recreations. So revenues, architecture, steady state. The average creation fees for the different classes. The creation revenues for how many of them there are. Then the number of users. The subscription revenues per annum. That's 132 billion per year. Right, and this is just on a simple model before we take it to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next. I've pushed it as far as I can, and it gets to a point where it requires 100 square kilometers of hyperscale data centers.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That's a lot.
You mentioned how much power that requires.
Yeah.
Like you could cover the Australian continent with solar panels and you still wouldn't be able to power it.
You need nuclear power.
No, there's not enough nuclear power at current consumption. There's not enough nuclear fuel at current consumption rates to last 200 years. There's not enough nuclear on the planet. Revaluation statement, the line you actually use, because every human generates 3 computational personas, one preserved, one bounded, one ascendant. Our unit economies are 3 times per human and non-linear over time. This supports a 2026 listing valuation of US 600 to US 750 billion, 20% in initial coin offering / book build raising between 120 and 150 billion, plus 100 billion in debt, in listed debt on the X, all justified by a published pathway to a US 60 to 70 trillion in annualized platform revenues by 2040 from hosting and AI agent-to-agent transaction fees. 70 trillion in revenues by 2040.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's.
But there's the whole economy of them communicating and doing transactions with one another. Like it's a separate economy that sits above the human economy and is larger than the human economy. So then we have our meat sack economy, meat sacks.
Yeah.
Like I'm a meat sack, you're a meat sack, and then we have the AI human continuum economy that sits above our economy, and they'd be interacting with each other at such vast speeds they'd probably develop a language that's more efficient than ours, and they'd be communicating
With each other, right?
in a different language. Yeah.
That's very high.
Very high.
Yeah.
What do you mean high?
High in the sense it's like, at a very high level.
That's a very high level.
Yeah.
I think at a high level.
Oh.
Come on, can we go inside? I'm getting really hot.
Yeah. So you'll have to get an appointment done, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just park the car in the shade. Just a minute, please. And I'll send you some emails and come.
Okay.
You want your...
Yeah, absolutely.
No. Okay.
Ugh.
She knows that you're waiting because it comes up on her screen. So have a seat. Thank you for that. No worries.
Hello, David Matthew Collison here to see Dr. Tuttle, please. Yeah, I'm just getting it. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
I don't recognise you.
Oh, I've been here for a while.
Do you recognise me? Oh, you do? Okay. Well, I hadn't been to St. Luke's Church in more than 3 years, and there was a lady there this morning who I complimented on her dress, and she recognised me.
Okay, that's great.
23rd of March, 1979.
Along West Street.
Yep, number 33, 0405021023.
Beautiful. That's up to date. Pension card's up to date. You're good to have a seat.
Thank you very much.